Hey folks, Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. Want you to get your mojo back. I am messing with technology this morning and I choose to mess with it no longer. So I have to change the way this looks so you can actually see the chart. There it is. Okay, I did it. I broke a sweat trying to find these settings. Hey, welcome. We're going to be talking about the solar eclipse in Virgo, 29 degrees, 5 minutes, and what the astrology looks like for this eclipse, which happens on Sunday, I almost said December, September 21st, 2025. And we're still in the energy of the 15 degrees Pisces lunar eclipse. Okay, so what I want you to recognize is that this is a general chart right here that we're looking at. So because it's 25 degrees, 23 minutes in my computer, if you know where 29 degrees is of Virgo in your chart, look for that. For some people, it'll be between two houses. It might affect both houses. This is a general reading, and I'm only going to be talking about the basics for each of the astrological signs. Okay, so what does the astrology look like? And first of all, a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse happen every 6 months in tandem. Sometimes there's a sandwich and there's 3 eclipses, but this month in September, it's 2 eclipses. And we just had the lunar eclipse in Pisces, 15 degrees, and now we're in the energy of it, and we're about to undergo the Virgo 29 degrees 5 minutes eclipse. And where that shows up in your chart, depending on your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign, and if it connects with any other planet, will be significant. So I'm going to go through each of the astrological signs and rising signs. But first, I want to talk about the astrology a little bit. And that is, we're having another set of eclipses every 6 months, next February in Aquarius, and then another one in Virgo. So this Virgo eclipse in September is going to spin off like another TV show called The Reality of Your Life. And it'll show up in March of 2026. So what seeds you plant now, psychologically, emotionally, vibrationally, they will show up even more and stronger come next March, February and March. So let's just take a brief look at what the astrology looks like. And it's pretty fascinating. Looks like a rocket ship. The sun on Sunday, the 21st, will be 29 degrees Virgo, 5 minutes. The moon will be right there, 29 degrees. Isn't that interesting? That's the masculine energy, the feminine energy, how you think, how you feel, and your intuition. And then Mercury will be in Libra. Now, these green lines are called trines. They're not green in everybody's chart. I just set it up that way. And the positive angle to Pluto in Aquarius, it makes a grand trine. So a grand trine is when you see 120 degrees and we've got 3 of them. 29 degrees, Virgo, sun and moon, and it makes a positive angle to Pluto in Aquarius, and then a positive angle to Uranus in Gemini, and then a positive angle to back to the sun in the studio, sun, moon, and Mercury. But here's what I find fascinating. In astrology, you see that Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius is 1 degree. Uranus in Gemini is 1 degree. That's pretty much exact, minus a few minutes. The solar eclipse, hey, Latancha, is 29 degrees, 5 minutes, which means if it were 1 degree, it would be an exact trine. And it means all systems go, here we are, it's right now. It's right now. Because this is 29 degrees, both sun and moon, that means we are moving. I wanted to say something in Elmer Fudd's language. I am a millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. We're moving toward 1 degree, and that would be Libra. They would all be air signs, but it's not. So, what are you working toward that you don't feel like you are equipped to handle? And because it's in Virgo, I would say, are you being a perfectionist? Is it, oh yeah, I want to paint the kitchen maybe like a butter yellow, and and then you go and you're looking everywhere and that's not the color. No, that's not it. Meanwhile, like 3 months have gone by. So, what part of your life in general are you feeling like you're being so, I hesitate to use the word, but I will use it, anal, which is restrictive and limiting about your process and not letting things flow. The grand trine here works with 2 air signs. A fixed air sign, Aquarius, let's be spontaneous. And Gemini, it's a mutable air sign. Let's just go. What do you want to do? What makes you happy? Let's go. Where's your freedom? Where's the door? Oh, that's fun. Let's go. But with this solar eclipse, it is shining a light right on the part of you that says, I need to be critical of my process. Everything isn't in place. It doesn't feel right. There's that word procrastination. It's not a negative thing. A delay sometimes helps you to process what's happening. And the Virgo energy is also guided by Mercury, like Gemini. And look, oh my goodness, here's Mercury right here. The 3 of them are out to lunch. No, that they're not out to lunch. They're at a cafe having lunch, deciding which way you're going to go. Which way do you want to go? And how do you want to get there? That's where you get stopped up, because it's not about you making that decision. There it is. Why? How do we know this? We have the sun and the moon, 29 degrees Virgo, the solar eclipse opposition is the right hand is doing something the left hand knows nothing about. That's your conscious mind, your subconscious mind. Your planning stages, but your unconscious fears. And it's opposing Neptune in Aries, retrograde, Saturn in Pisces, retrograde. So this particular eclipse is saying, I really want to do this, but I don't know. What if I'm wrong? What if it doesn't work? What if I lose? What if? I don't know. Where are my cards? I'm going to pull some cards. Because you know that what you're looking at in your life right now, you know it has to change. You know it. You've been working on it. You're looking at it. You're thinking about it. That's all that energy right here. Let me organize it. Let me plan. Let me research. Let me talk to some people. Let me read about it. Let me sleep on it. Let me meditate. I'm going to organize a spice rack. And then in the middle of doing that, your attention goes that way. Yeah, we know these things. So the opposition is just another part of you that says, what structure or foundation do you trust? Do you believe in magic? Raise your hand. Do you believe in science? Raise your hand. Do you believe in the ability to create? Raise your hand. Do you believe in vibration? That's both hands. Okay, because you're never more ready than now. It doesn't feel like it because you've convinced yourself that now is not the time. And for some people are like, yeah, I'm good. I feel good, doing my thing and work, play, family, I feel pretty good. I just started a Zumba class, someone might say, or I got a part-time job, or, I've got the kids coming for the weekend. I feel pretty good. Okay. What's the one complaint you've been having your entire life? What's the one complaint? What's that one complaint you have about yourself or your life? And life includes the people around you. And then you just say, okay, whatever, it's fine. I'll just live with it. Oh, and here I put 2 cards. Number 1, it is not, that's backwards. I'm so sorry. It is not, I have to read it like this. It is not my responsibility to convince anyone of anything. Not your job. Make your decisions about what you want, and set out to create the life experiences that you choose and allow all others to do the same. Your life is not dependent on anyone else. I know you may say, oh, but my spouse brings home the paycheck, so I am dependent. Or, okay, we're not going to get so nitpicky about the details. We're looking at the flow of your life. Yeah, someone else might be paying the bills and you feel like you are being cared for. So when I say no one else is responsible for your life, what I'm talking about is you can create anything you want in this world. You can create it. You can. You can. Oh, what? Yeah, it may take time. I heard that. But you can do it. And the second card that came out is this one, and it's backwards. Apologies. The vibrations of my being influence the universe. Did you know that? Everything vibrates and is communicating, reacting, responding, and integrating with other vibrating things. Once you begin to offer your vibrations on purpose, now you are in absolute control of your experience. I think these 2 cards go together very nicely. You're not dependent on anyone else to make a decision about your life. And if you are saying, well, I can't buy that car without the loan and I'm waiting for a call back, great. How can you influence that energy? Number 1, you can let go of like calling them and emailing them all the time. You have to detach. Detach doesn't mean you're unfeeling. Detach doesn't mean it's not going to work. So you give up. What does it mean, Elaine? Detached means you start to trust that everything is working in your favor. Let me hear you say it. Everything always works out for me. I'm the creator of my reality. I am the source. I am an extension of light. I'm a celestial, eternal, sentient being. As such, I create my reality. And so every vibration that you have that you're putting out into the universe right now is some of it is bouncing back like, no, you're not. No, it isn't. No, you can't. So then you think, well, now what do I do? Stuck in the middle with myself. What do I do now? And I'm right there with you. So what did I do? I meditate with Joe Dispenza every day. And there are some videos online that are not Joe Dispenza. So you want to go to official Joe Dispenza, but better than that, if you can, go to and kephalon.com and buy his meditations. I like The Alchemist, actually, and New Life. And when you're doing these meditations, you relax your body and your mind. You let go of the lack of control and having to be in control. And then your vibration changes. Everything is energy, everything. So this particular solar eclipse is showing you where your energy is frazzled, knotted, wired, tied up in a place where you can't seem to make something happen. But at the same time, we have this grand trine. You have freedom. What are your freedoms? What are you grateful for? At the same time, we have innovative ideas and possibly astrology, Bitcoin. That's one definition. It's where your finances, what's going on, core development. Depends on where this grand trine takes place. So let's just say this is your chart and you're a Sagittarius rising. This would be your 10th house. This would be your 2nd house. That would be career, paternal parent, your relationship to the public, and how you make your money and work. So that would be very clearly defined. The opposition would be, I'm at work. I'm at home. Do I work at home? Do I, excuse me, do I shut the door and lock it? Do I turn off the phone? So do you see what I'm saying? Wherever this grand trine shows up, you'll also see the opposition. Pardon for the cough. Latanja says, yesterday I realized how much I needed to pivot from my SN in Cancer, South Node in Cancer. The moon crossed over that area and it hit me hard. Pivot it is, my friend. Oh, recovering from the flu. Okay. And that's just congestion equals confusion equals the body going through chemical changes. I'm so sorry. I hope you're feeling better. Rest, nurture, a lot of bone broth soup, a lot of vitamin C. If you can get plant-based vitamin C, it's better than ascorbic acid vitamin C. Anyway, feel better, Latanja. So this is going to be a very intense time. So what happened? I began to meditate every day, twice a day with Joe Dispenza, which I've been doing basically for 4 years now. I've missed a few days here and there, but it's been intense for me the past 4 months. So I decided, okay, we're heading toward the eclipses. What can I do for me? I pivot. When someone says about the world or the neighbors or their job or whatever, it's like, oh my God, blaka, 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 blaka. And I say, wow, that's tough. Okay. I'm sending you light. I'm surrounding you with love. And then I go home and do the same for myself. Because if we start to attach to what's out there that we cannot change, we're going to get nitpicky. We're going to get judgy about it. We're going to get antsy. It's going to be hard to sit still in the chair without feeling some kind of ache or pain. So what we want to do is shift our thoughts as soon as possible. So if you're getting up from the chair and your ankle hurts and you go, ow, now what? Oh my God, I can't. Okay, we're going to stop that. We're going to say, oh, ankle. Sit down, rub your ankle, like twirl it around. Maybe a bone will crack or something. You'll just hear it. You'll know. Put on some supportive shoes with arch supports. We have to start acting as if we support who we are, or we're done. Virgo in the general charts guides the 6th house. That is health and work. Health. So I focused on what I wanted to do, and my mind was scattered because I'm a historical fiction fantasy author. I'm researching my 4th book. I'm looking for an editor. I'm doing a thing. I'm doing another thing. We just promoted the astrology masterclass. I will add the links to my YouTube channel and Facebook, and to learn how to do astrology. It's only $197. This is not going to last long. It's an introductory for you to grab hold of an opportunity. So that's what I was thinking. Okay, I've got this going on. I got that going on. I got that. And then I tweaked my back a couple of months ago and I'm still healing that. So I thought, I got all this going on. What am I going to do now? What am I going to focus on? Elaine, what are you going to focus on now? And I thought, I am going to allow my higher inner self, my team and spirit to show me what's next. And don't you know, I see a video about a specific type of physical healing that can be done remotely. Now, I typically do Reiki with a gal in Canada, but this other thing spoke to me about bioenergetics. And so, and then from there, I found something else and boom, saw the link. It's happening Friday for 5 hours. I signed up right away. And then I get an email from a writing company, a program that I use, and says, oh, we're having a webinar on Monday. And I was like, I'm signing up. It's free. I want to see what they have to say. And then I get an ad to a local place that I typically go to, haven't been there in 5 months. It's Crystal Sound Healing. And I love that place. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's happening on the solar eclipse at 1 o'clock. I'm going. I signed up. So I allowed my higher inner self to create my schedule. I remember Louise Hay saying that in her book when I read it like 100 years ago. And it's so true. You can do that. You don't have to be doing all the work in your head because it takes a toll. So now let me go through each. Thank you for listening. So whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, I'm going to just briefly cover each of the sun sign, rising signs, and where it will show up. Now, of course, this is 25 degrees, this chart. So it could be the house before, the next house. So you have to look at your chart, okay, to see exactly where this grand trine is going to be. 29 degrees Virgo, 1 degree Aquarius, the trine to 1 degree Uranus and Gemini, back to the sun and the moon and Mercury, and opposing Saturn and Neptune. And we have some extra support because Saturn and Neptune are making a positive aspect to Pluto and Uranus. So, and Jupiter's thrown in there with an extra trine to say, you got this. You can transform. Let's expand. Where do you want to go? How do you want to do it? Just know that it's done. Think about it. What is your vibration doing? How are you feeling because of your vibration? And if you're sitting in a chair and you're hunched over, or you're like on your phone and your head is down, you're going to have some neck issues. I kid you not. Stand up, hold the phone up, put it on a thing, like raise it so that you're not always doing that. And then the shoulders get round and then the back gives out. It's a whole physiological thing that's happening with this particular eclipse. Now, Virgo sun, Virgo rising, we are beginning your next phase. This is all about the first house for you, unless this is general. Now, remember that this is general. If you know where Virgo is in your chart and it's not the first house, this is still general. We'll give you some ideas, but you'll know more specifics based on where it is in your personal natal chart. Virgo, first house is all about you. It's about childhood trauma. It's about releasing the past. It's also about you changing your habits, your patterns, your habits, maybe eating better, there's a difference between you can be inundated with how many supplements there are in the world, but your body can only handle so much. So if you're going to do some basic supplements, it's vitamin D3, K2 combo. And that is, and I use a drop in peppermint oil. It's an oil, and it goes right into the bloodstream. But if you're taking a pill, you make sure there's not too many other ingredients. So you want clean stuff. Just research. You can do that. You're good at research. And the first house is also about letting go of the past. Well, who's not doing that now? I don't know. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't want to look at the government. Okay. Am I being snarky? Yeah, I am. Okay. First house, Virgo sun, Virgo rising. What do you want to do with your world? What do you want to do? How do you want to do it? Start with your body. Start with what feels good, what is helpful, and what helps you to expand, and see what comes your way. In Instagram, in the mailbox, in your mind, when you meditate. Take good care of yourself. Libra sun, Libra rising, 12th house. This is going to be all about letting go of the judgments that you have had about someone or something, and releasing the angsty anger about what they didn't do for you and how you feel obligated to take care of them now. And it can be family. It can deal with, oh, I can't believe I did that to myself. I used to smoke cigarettes, or I used to drink alcohol, and now I have to get labs done and the doctor says this, or I'm feeling crappy. So the 12th house and the first house are very similar in that it is about your physical form. The first house, however, is about childhood trauma. The 12th house is about the psychology that creates the physiology. So you want to change this? Yeah, take the supplements, but that's the long road. That's the harder road because it takes a while. You got to do it with your mind. And that is meditating. That is changing your thoughts, Libra sun, Libra rising, and allowing yourself to screw up. It's like, oh, messed up. Okay. Just own it. That's all. Oh, okay. Well, let's pivot and change directions so that we're not suffering over or having suffered. And a great thing about this particular trine for you, Libra sun and rising, is, of course, depending on where it is that you're motivated more than ever in the next, it's started already like months ago, but you're motivated more than ever that within 6 months, you're going to have a total transformation of belief system. Okay, Scorpio, Scorpio, sun rising. This is about the 11th house for you in astrology. That is groups, friends, associates, and some family members. You have to really weed through these folks. I'm so sorry. You have to weed through the folks. I've been giving a lot of readings. Hang on one second. I'm having a clearing for someone out there. And it doesn't matter if you're already watching this live or not, because yeah, that's how it comes through me. Okay, so Scorpio, the people that you associate with, you need to be kind. You cannot be accusatory. And if they are accusing you of something, you got to take off the boxing gloves. So let's be kind. Let's think of the solution instead of the problem. The problem will implement the whole thing and instigate it. But we're going to look at what else can we do right now with the group, especially if it's family. And then from there, you're going to attract a whole new group of people, new friends, new clients, new associates. And that's exciting. So, but you got to stay focused on that and let go of the angsty. And if you're retired, maybe it deals with family and setting up, like a monthly chat or a vacation or something else you guys want to do. It depends on the trine. But I would say overall, Scorpio, that it's really important that you not focus blame on the people you cannot control, or say, wow, I gave up that for you, and now look at what's happening. That's a dead end. You can feel those feelings, but to promote them with backlash or angsty, it's not going to work. We have to be the adult in the room. Sagittarius. Okay, Sag, this is about career for you. And I think it's important that you allow yourself to hire out, to get help, to see what the guidelines are. If you're a freelancer, if you're setting up shop somewhere, read the fine print. Oh, yes, read the fine print. And if someone is pressuring you, just say no. Now, in other news for Sag rising, who you are becoming to the rest of the world is due to the immense transformation you've just undergone and are undergoing. So a lot of you might say, well, I don't really know what I want to do with career, even though I have one and I love it. But I'm feeling like I'm looking over there. I might want to go fishing or hide in the woods for a week. Then go do that. That's okay. I wouldn't push the river, though, with work. That's why I say you're going to be really inundated with more buyers, clients, contracts, people needing and wanting your services, your help, your input, your information. And some of those people are expecting it for free. Okay. Boundaries are necessary. So you have to weed through this information and trust that your higher inner being has got your back always. Capricorn, well, we're looking at the 9th house for you. And the 9th house is all about publishing, travel, can be about travel as well, or traveling to new heights spiritually. It's about making and breaking contracts, the law, a lot of technology and marketing involved in this because of the electricity going through the sun and the moon. And with Mercury right here guiding it and the opposition. So I would say make sure you have a good tech person on hand. I'm a Capricorn rising, and I have to say, some of our tech stuff just went kablooey in the past week. People can't download charts. There's programs missing from our classes. So Dean, thankfully, is taking care of all that. But it's not any other reason than everything is upgrading. And as soon as something upgrades, your spiritual self upgrades, you have a new belief system. Your computer is 5 years old and everything changes so fast now, Capricorn, sun and rising. Then suddenly, it's outdated. And you're like, but I just bought this 5 years ago. It's like, yeah, I know. I got notification, Capricorn rising, that when I do online banking, it will soon be obsolete on my phone, which is an Android 10. I think they're on 22 now. I just got comfortable with this phone 5 years ago or whenever 10 came out. Oh, okay. So everything is upgrading. But if you're upgrading your vibration cap, it'll work out very smoothly. So no fretting. Just make sure you understand that you don't just set it and forget it these days with technology. That you're going to need to get to know how to do certain things, or maybe have other people help you, as in asking for help. Hey, Christy's here. Shelby. Good morning, Rhonda. Hello, peeps. All right. So the solar eclipse at 29 degrees Virgo. For Aquarius. Now, this is a big boon for you, Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, because of the trine. It's like you're catapulted psychologically. It also depends on where this lands in your own natal chart. But Aquarius, sun, rising, moon, it almost feels like there's so much detail, so much electricity in the air that even when you lie down to meditate and eat like 6 magnesium gummies, you are okay. So I want you to dance. I want you to move your body. I want you to go bouldering, hiking. I want you to walk. Keep your feet firmly planted. We must be grounded. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. We must be grounded. You got enough air and fire going on here to keep things lively. But your 8th house is all about joint resources, money with others. Also, what else is a resource? Sexuality, sensuality, spirituality, all the alities, the realities. It's what you're creating. And so if you create a mindset of poverty, boom, you're going to get zapped. Like, oh, yeah, you just lost that contract or that job, or those people decided to go with somebody else. And you're thinking, it was a no-brainer. We had everything. What happened? You happened. So we want to keep it on the down low. Have fun. Listen to music. Let that be your currency. Aquarius, you have currency. It's not just money. It's about the vibration you put out into the world around your products, your services, who you are intrinsically and spiritually. So the 8th house is all about that for you. And since Pluto is already in Aquarius, there's that added bonus of let's go to TNT for the psyche, my friends, tonight at 11. We're looking at who just thought that thought? What part of your amygdala came out of your head like a big old ancient crocodile? saying it's never going to happen. No. So I think it would be really great, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon, if you find one thing a day that you love, 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 and use electricity. It could be a hair dryer. You want to like redo your hair. Maybe you work in a salon and you just got some new toys to work on with your clients. Perfect. Maybe it's biofeedback energy. Maybe it's, oh, my kid's an Aquarius rising, and we bought them a oh my gosh, I can't even think of what it's called, an etching pen, and they make wood burning things, and I got them like a professional set. They just made a dinosaur, like a 5-inch dinosaur on a piece of wood with a background and the whole thing, and they're going to be seeking out museums and the curators at the gift shops that have the museums that have what do you call it? Prehistoric displays. Cool, huh? Yeah. So think outside the box. In fact, you know what? There are no boxes. There's no boxes. Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon. You got this. Breathe. Pisces, 7th house. Pisces, Sun, Rising, Moon. Oh, Junior Captain Ramos is an Aquarius. So that would mean technology. And then technology starts with your brain and rewiring your thoughts. Pisces, 7th house. What are we looking at in the 7th house, Pisces, with all of this brouhaha? Well, first of all, it's always, you're always thinking, no, not always. The only always you do is breathe. Okay, let's start over. Pisces, Sun, Rising, and Moon. How about you say, instead of, I will drop everything I'm doing for my partner or my business partners or my family or my clients, you stop and you say, what's the priority right now for me? And then I want to work with my partners on that. That can be a lover, a spouse, business partner, client. What can I do right now to bring harmony to the situation? Because with the Virgo stuff going on here, opposing Saturn in Pisces, Pisces in Aries, you're going to want to come out last minute and just like lay down the law. Don't hold that in. You can have a peaceful transition of power, like a very slow game where it's about me, it's about them, it's about me, it's about them, it's about us. Pisces, Sun, Rising, and Moon. What do you need? Set the boundary with compassion, state your desire and enthusiasm on moving forward with or without your partner. Okay? So that it's not just, oh, here we go again. Christy's a Pisces girl in the house. Oh, in this house. Oh, I get you. I was so into what I was thinking. We got Pisces in the house and Aquarius. We have, what else do we have? Sag. Who else do we have? Virgo. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got a Pisces Cap. Ooh. All right. So Pisces, really, it doesn't matter who you could be working with a plumber. There's a partnership happening here. And depending on where the opposition for you is even stronger because of all this Pisces and the Capricorn energy right here. What's the compromise? No, compromise sounds like you're losing something. How about what's the compassionate way to express yourself so that you can say to the plumber, the spouse, the family member, the business partner, the clientele, I absolutely hear you. Okay, so you need to be validating the other while you're validating you. Boom, drop the mic. All right, Aries, 6th house. Aries, 6th house. We are get up and go. Let's talk about your health. Aries, Sun, Rising, Moon. Aries, I know you like to go, go, go. But where could you benefit from having a team and then working with the team instead of leading the team or just being led by the team that isn't very efficient? Think about your health and how you get frazzled or what bothers you, Aries, sun, rising, and moon, and then let that go. Yeah, just like that. Elaine said, let it go and snap your fingers and it's done. That was easy. Who's got a Staples button? Okay. What you can do is say, I am going to use a little bit of science and some research and figure out what this nagging pain is in my neck. Oh, not who the pain is, but what. If you're getting tense, if your body is suddenly hardwired for anxiety, we need to calm down the vibration. We have to calm down the vibe and move toward something that is new and exciting with your health or with your work. And if you're retired, then it's volunteering. Then it's being part of a community. Sixth house is community, health, and work. Also your pets. So you might want to look at, oh, I love to volunteer at a pet shelter. I'm so excited. It makes me so happy. There's your answer. If you work at a place where maybe you volunteer or work at a vet's office and suddenly you're thinking, I don't agree anymore with this procedure. And these dogs, they're just so stressed out. They're locked up. They're overnight. They're barking all the time. It's breaking my heart. Then research. What is the solution? You need to become a lobbyist for the thing you believe in right now, Aries, sun, rising, and moon, and without it affecting you so much, right? So it's okay in the sixth house to say, I need to take a vacation. I need to take a break. And if you're feeling jittery, let go of the caffeine. Like do the simple things. Make sure you're nurturing and nourishing your body, Aries. And then you're going to smooth things out. Movement will help. You got to move that energy out of your body. Taurus, fifth house. Okay, fifth house. You get the fun one. Hey, that's me. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Taurus, sun, rising, and moon, fifth house. This particular eclipse is like, you have words, use them. That's it. That's all I got to say, Taurus. You have words, use them. How do you want to use those words? Well, me personally, I'm a Taurus and I'm writing novels, so I got to use them. I also write emails. I got to use them. I also write for my clients. Got to use that. So I'm thinking about what to say. Not just me. Every Taurus is thinking about what to say and how to utilize their vibration toward children or romance or a creative project or just having fun. What I do on my downtime I do solitaire or I do crossword. See if that works for you, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. And find some creative outlet right now, even if it's just temporary. It could be some kind of dance class. It could be a meditation group. It could be Qigong. It could be Tai Chi, where you got, some movement that goes along with that. Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. Fifth house. This is about really fine tuning what you want to create and how. And if you're thinking of having a baby, congratulations. Let me know if it's a boy or a girl or twins or a they in 9 months. If you're not thinking of having a baby, buckle up. Okay. And fifth house also for Taurus, with the Virgo trining the Pluto, it's not just what you have in your head, it's what you can learn from experience with others. So talk to can I use the word diversity or will I be shut down? Talk to people. Oh, my Capricorn. No, it's my Leo moon. It's getting a little snarky. Talk to people who have different experiences, live in different cultures, are online, and they're undergoing like snowstorms now, and you're sweating, and thinking, oh wow, what's that like? What's that? Just get to know something other than what you think is true. And that's what research is about, my friends. Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. But have fun with it because you're about to create something amazing. Yeah. And you could also be having a grandchild. So congratulations. Gemini, fourth house, all about the home and the inner self. It could also be about a maternal parent, could be the dad, the grandmother, father, the aunt, uncle, someone who has helped to raise you. It's most usually the mom, but and then mom doesn't have to be here. It could be you emulating mother energy. It could be you, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. It could be you thinking, I want to buy, sell, refurbish, move my office at home. I want to have a better relationship with my family. So this trine is really trying to help you make that switch between I rule this house, Gemini says, this is the way it is. And listen, who else is talking to you? You have family members who are talking to you, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. And you need to just back down, okay? Just back it down. And if you think you have to be the one in control, or else everything will fall apart, then let's not think that. Okay, Elaine said, let's not think that. Boom, done. Your home, your rules. I understand, Gemini. Are you happy? Are you content? Are you satisfied? Are you giving as much as you are allowing yourself to receive? I'm not going to say another word. Cancer, third house. Well, you're about to change your mind about 1,000,000 times per second. Are you a computer? Cancer, sun, rising, and moon. Maybe you're learning AI. Maybe you're so adamantly opposed to it, yet that is the future. If you know how to work with it, you know how to use it. If you know how to use it, you can teach others. And if you can teach others, you suddenly, with this Jupiter in Cancer, feel expansive and fulfilled. Now, if it's not about AI, it's about changing your mind and your thoughts. If you are thoroughly exhausted right now, Cancer, sun, rising, moon, if you're so tired, you can't even sleep because you're so tired, then you need to come out of your box and start asking for help. And if the first thought is, who am I going to ask? Or how much is that going to cost? We have a conversation to have. I want you to listen to your sun, rising, and moon after this video again and again so that you understand that you live on a planet with other people. You're sensitive, you're kind, you want to help, you're always in service to others. And sometimes you hold it all in. No can do. No Kandinsky. I know some Cancers who like that artist, Kandinsky. It was a pun that probably flew over everybody's head. Okay, Cancer, sun, rising, and moon, third house. What else could you be thinking right now? And how else could you get your information? And how else can you express that information? Technology. Leo, sun, rising, and moon, second house, baby. You're about to make some money. And you're like, how much, when, where, why? Because you feel like you don't have any. Although I'm a Leo moon and I feel like I have plenty. Even when I just got an electric bill for having used the air conditioner for 3 weeks, $305. And I did have a little tantrum, I have to admit. What the? Well, in Arizona, there's only one place to go for electricity where I live. So they raised the rates 40%. Yeah, kind of stinks. But Leo, sun, rising, and moon, what I think is going to really appeal to you about the second house is that there's going to be a new stream of income. And because somebody sees your expertise, you could be an artist, you could be an architect, you could be a baker, you could be a mom who says, you know what, I'm going to start a carpool business and get paid, or at least get money for gas. So there's ways to do that where it's exciting, it's fun, it's optimistic, and you bring other people along and say, this is going to be fun. Let's do it. Come on, we can do it together. We'll trade off. We'll split the proceeds. Or if you're starting a business or you're needing to get back into the workforce and you say, oh man, I'm so outdated, blah, blah. What are your talents? Okay, let's go through the Virgo thing. Let's list your talents as if you're writing a resume. What do you know how to do? Okay, and then move that aside and then ask yourself, what do I love to do? And if it lines up with the other list, great. Keep going and advance yourself. I heard from someone that said, and they are a Leo sun sign, they're a Virgo rising sign, and they said, in my industry, I'm going to be outdated real soon because of technology. And I said, okay, let's not just focus on that. Focus on what do you love to do? What else could you be doing? What else could you be doing with what you know? There's always a way to disassemble it and put it back together like a puzzle. And you go, oh, wow, I could actually work at a museum because I know what those photographs and those paintings are how they're done. And I'm like, boom. Let me see your resume when it's finished. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you have a desire, Leo, sun, rising, and moon, that desire is not going to be pushed down. It's going to open up in this particular eclipse, especially with the grand trine. And so, Leo, your opposite would be Aquarius. That's part of the grand trine. You got to let go of the stubborn, fixed behavior of maybe this can work. I had to do that when I speak to Dean, my husband, who does the tech in the house. And yesterday I went into Canva. Well, every time, who was I talking to about upgrading systems? And well, maybe Cappie. I went into Canva because I post things on Facebook and Instagram and for my people in my group, my Facebook group, my students. And I couldn't find my art. And I'm going through it and then I was like, and then my back was hurting. And then I said to my husband, where that? And he's like, okay. Did you have it titled? And I said, I did. And I can't find it. And he said, okay. So here's some steps that you can go through. So I went through the steps and I found it. And he said, now, you know what we're going to do now? We're not just going to let that go. You have like 1,000 images in there. We're going to create a folder. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. Oops. I could have done that already, but I didn't. So here's what I want you to do, Leo, sun, rising, and moon. I want you to create a folder for all the things that you want to be doing. Put them in the folder. Focus on them one at a time. See what happens. Because this can be a huge money-making adventure. This can be about your self-worth bigger than money, because your self-worth equals the cash you bring in. And if you're retired, then this is about valuing what you know that you could put into the world and help at least one other person and find so much satisfaction. Okay. All right, my friends, that's the basics on the eclipse. Come back next Thursday. I'm going to do the oracle reading is going to be for the eclipse because they're still in the energy of it. And you can come and choose your images. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Remember to share, like, subscribe. I don't say that lightly because that boosts my numbers and algorithm, and then it gets put into different places in front of people, and they go, I was just thinking about astrology, and look, there's this lady. And they think it's a miracle, and I call it technology. But also, we have our own technology, don't we? Yes. Okay. Did I chat with everybody? Thanks so much for being here. I see a bunch of laughing faces. I guess LOL. Okay. I'm glad I made somebody laugh today. Thank you. Thank you as always. I appreciate you and I wish you peace, and I will see you next week.